Have you ever wondered why certain people suddenly walk out of your life? Friends, loved ones, or even those you thought would always stay? It can feel heartbreaking and confusing, but in reality, these moments carry deep wisdom from Allah. Every separation has a reason, every removal a hidden blessing. In this video, we'll uncover the divine truth behind why Allah takes people away from your life and how this understanding can bring you lasting peace. If you face loss or change, stay tuned, because what you'll hear today may completely transform the way you see it. 1. Allah's wisdom, Al-Hakim. One of the most comforting truths in Islam is that Allah is Al-Hakim, the All-Wise. His wisdom is perfect, flawless, and far beyond human understanding. When Allah makes a decision for us, including removing someone from our life, it is always rooted in divine wisdom, even if we cannot immediately see it. Often, our perspective is limited. We judge situations based on what we feel in the present moment, while Allah's wisdom encompasses the past, present, and future. What appears as a painful separation may actually be part of a greater plan that will only reveal its beauty with time. Allah reminds us in the Qur'an, "But perhaps you hate a thing, and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing, and it is bad for you. Allah knows, while you know not." 2:216. Understanding Allah's wisdom allows the believer to surrender their heart fully to His decree. Instead of being consumed by regret or clinging to what is gone, you begin to trust that Allah orchestrates every detail of your life with precision. This realization transforms pain into patience, confusion into clarity, and loss into a deeper connection with your Creator. 2. Protection from harm. In proper paragraphs. Sometimes Allah removes people from your life as an act of protection. Not all harm is visible. Some dangers are hidden within people's intentions, habits, or influence. A person may seem kind on the surface, but their presence could gradually lead you toward emotional pain, spiritual weakness, or decisions that distance you from Allah. Out of His mercy, Allah may take them away before the damage unfolds. We often underestimate how much others shape our hearts and choices. The wrong companionship can weaken your faith, disturb your peace, or delay the blessings Allah has written for you. When such people are removed, it is not abandonment, it is divine shielding. You may never know what trial you were saved from, but trusting Allah means believing that every removal is a barrier against unseen harm. This protection also applies to your spiritual well-being. Sometimes, someone's presence might distract you from remembering Allah or pursuing your higher purpose. By taking them out of your life, Allah clears your path to grow closer to Him. Though the separation may feel heavy, remind yourself that Allah never leaves you unguarded. Every soul He distances from you is part of His promise to safeguard your heart. 3. Redirection. At times, Allah removes certain people from your life to redirect you toward a better path. Their presence may have kept you tied to routines, environments, or mindsets that prevented you from reaching your true potential. When they leave, it can feel unsettling, but this shift often opens the door to new opportunities, healthier relationships, and a clearer sense of purpose. Redirection is not random. It is purposeful guidance. Allah knows that if you remained connected to certain individuals, you might delay stepping into what He has planned for you. Their absence creates space for new blessings, whether in your career, family, faith, or personal growth. The emptiness they leave behind becomes a bridge leading you toward the people and experiences that will help you flourish. Sometimes, you only realize this redirection in hindsight. Looking back, you may see that if those individuals had stayed, you would not have grown into who you are today. Their departure was the very push you needed to realign your priorities and walk closer to Allah's plan. By embracing these redirections, you move from clinging to what is temporary toward welcoming what is truly beneficial for your journey. 4. Spiritual growth. Sometimes the absence of certain people becomes the very catalyst for your spiritual growth. When you lose someone's presence, you are often left with moments of reflection, solitude, and vulnerability. These moments, though painful, can awaken a deeper yearning for Allah's comfort and guidance. In turning to Him, your faith strengthens and your heart learns to rely on the One who never leaves. Separation can also highlight the reality that human relationships are temporary, while your bond with Allah is eternal. This awareness shifts your focus from seeking constant validation in others to seeking closeness with your Creator. In the process, acts of worship such as prayer, dua, and dhikr may take on new meaning, offering you a sense of peace that people alone could never provide. Moreover, spiritual growth often comes through trials. Being tested with the loss of a relationship may soften your heart, increase your patience, and teach you humility. You begin to understand that true strength is not in holding tightly to people, but in surrendering your affairs to Allah. This shift transforms pain into progress, making you spiritually richer and more resilient than before. 5. Not a loss, but a blessing. When someone leaves your life, it may initially feel like a painful loss, but in reality, it can be one of the greatest blessings Allah bestows upon you. What appears as emptiness is often the clearing of space for something more meaningful, whether in your personal life, your faith, or your future. This perspective helps you move from grief to gratitude, recognizing that Allah's choices are always in your favor. At times, a person's departure allows you to discover hidden strengths within yourself. You may realize you are more resilient, capable, and independent than you ever imagined. Without their influence, you are free to pursue paths that align better with your values and long-term goals. What once seemed like a loss becomes the foundation for new growth and opportunities. Additionally, blessings are not always immediate or obvious. Some only reveal themselves after months or even years, when you look back and see how life unfolded in your favor because of that separation. In such moments, you recognize that Allah's plan was not to take something away, but to grant you something far better. The so-called loss, therefore, becomes a hidden gift, wrapped in divine wisdom. 6. Divine replacement. When Allah removes someone from your life, He does not leave you in a state of emptiness forever. Out of His mercy, He often replaces what was taken with something far greater, whether it is a new person, an opportunity, or an inner gift like peace of mind and clarity. This principle reflects Allah's attribute of generosity. He never withholds without the intention of giving in a better form. Divine replacement does not always mean another person will immediately appear. Sometimes Allah replaces attachment with contentment, confusion with certainty, or weakness with strength. These intangible blessings are often more valuable than any relationship, because they nurture your soul and bring you closer to Him. At other times, you may find new people entering your life who uplift your faith, inspire goodness, and support your journey in ways the previous relationship never did. The beauty of divine replacement is that it teaches trust. You begin to realize that no space in your life remains empty unless Allah wills it for a purpose. By letting go of what He has removed, you prepare your heart to receive what is better. This cycle of loss and renewal becomes a continuous reminder of Allah's mercy. 7. Inner peace. True inner peace is found when you accept that everything in life unfolds according to Allah's will. When someone leaves your life, the heart naturally feels pain. But the believer who trusts Allah's decree finds comfort in knowing there is wisdom behind it. This acceptance removes the heavy burden of constantly questioning why, and allows you to rest in the certainty that Allah never makes mistakes. Inner peace also grows when you stop holding on to what was never meant to stay. By releasing attachment, you free your heart from the cycle of regret and resentment. Instead, your energy shifts toward gratitude for the time shared and hope for what Allah has planned next. This perspective transforms a potentially bitter experience into a source of calmness and balance. Furthermore, peace comes from aligning your emotions with tawakkul, complete reliance on Allah. Once you acknowledge that He controls every detail, you no longer fear loss, betrayal, or uncertainty. Your heart settles in the assurance that what is written for you will always reach you, and what is not will pass you by. This realization becomes the key to lasting serenity, even in the face of change and separation. Life's separations may hurt, but when you trust Allah's wisdom, you realize every removal carries hidden mercy and purpose. Let this truth bring peace to your heart. If this reminder touched you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Profound Deen for more inspiring content. Comment below with the prayer, Ya Allah, grant me peace in what you have written for me. May Allah fill your heart with strength, patience, and unshakable faith.